Men don't care about female leads in movies. Some movies are just bad. Since the release of Birds of Prey, did anyone actually not go see the movie because it has a female cast? Seems like a large portion of females on Twitter and women in the media blame men anytime a female-oriented movie doesn't do well. Happened with Ocean's 8 and the new Ghostbusters, now Birds of Prey. Some of the best movies have had badass female leads: Star Wars, Alien, Terminator, Kill Bill, etc. The real reason these movies seem to do horribly is because they are either made or marketed as cringy feminist man-hating movies that aren't made for us, so why should we go and watch them?
I've never disliked anything because of a female lead, prominent female characters. A female lead never stopped me from enjoying games like Life is Strange, Tomb Raider, Hellblade, A Plague Tale or arguably Mass Effect. Never stopped me from enjoying books like The Poppy War, Seven Blades in Black or City of Brass. It's never stopped me from enjoying Aliens, Halloween or The Terminator. And what they all have in common is they never felt the need to pan the camera to the audience, squat down on their hands and knees and go, "Women can do things too, do ya understand?"
Saw a story that like 56% of the people who went to see Bop opening weekend were male, so if the movie is flopping it's not because men aren't seeing the movie, it's because people in general aren't seeing the movie.
To be fair, I didn't even know Birds of Prey was released. Warner Brothers needs to work on their marketing.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with a strong female lead, but I think movie writers don't understand that we can spot feminist bait 100 miles away. A good main character with a complex personality and backstory who happens to have a vagina, nice. A vagina who happens to be strong and independent just so people can say, "Wow, look, she's strong female." Boring. I'm a woman and almost all the time movies with a male lead are better because the fact that they are a strong male is not enough to make a personality, so the writers go deeper than that.
Black Widow movie will do very well, so did Captain Marvel. Anyone who thinks people don't see movies because of a female lead has their head up their ass. Hunger Games was also a huge series focusing on a moody female teenager, and we all forget how popular it was.
Yeah, men hate women leads, that's why we hate Alien so much.
When the script for Alien was written, all of the characters were written as unisex. They only decided who would be which character during casting. Sigourney Weaver was made the main character cause she's an amazing actress, not because the character was written as a woman.
Personally, I didn't go see Birds of Prey cause it was Suicide Squad's sequel.
If women wanted to, they could make this movie a box office success all on their own by going to see it in droves. Movies don't need a male audience to be successful, but women aren't going to see it in such high numbers that the movie is successful, because women aren't interested in it either.
Do you guys know of a subreddit for actually unpopular opinions?
Men in general don't think about women as much as we get told men think about women. I've never once considered a coworker, boss, employee, bank manager, broker, movie actor, retail server, massage therapist, doctor, accountant or marketing specialist because of their gender. I've considered them on their competence. If someone shit happens to be a gender and I don't pick them, or if I complain about them because of their lack of competence, it has zero to do with their gender.
I would even go so far as to say that people in general don't care about the nationality of the MC either. I don't care one bit if it's a black person, white, Indian, Chinese, etc. As long as they are good at the acting they do and fill the character role expertly, that's really all I care about.
I'm sick of being told my fragile masculinity can't handle a strong female lead. Bitch, I grew up on Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley. Sit yourself down.
I think people are tiring of the transparent pandering going on in Hollywood and other media.
I agree with Op. I think that Hollywood kind of tries too hard to market movies sometimes when they have an all-female cast. I do sometimes find it cringe-worthy when the all-female cast aspect is the main thing advertised. Maybe if they market the movie like other normal movies, more people would go.
Honestly, most movies are bad. If the thousands of movies released a year, maybe a dozen at most are really good. Then another handful are average to good and the rest are below average to bad. So statistically, it shouldn't surprise anyone if a movie turns out to be bad, all female-led or not.
54% of people that saw the movie on opening weekend were men. The problem is the R rating is cutting out most of the audience that would see the movie. Only 9% who saw the movie were under 17.
While you are right, the criticism use the female lead as an explanation as to why the movie is bad, instead of lazy writing and bad scripts. Like what happened to that actress in Star Wars, she got handed an awful script, tries her best with it, the movie flops and she gets a ton of hate and death threats because of her character, together with remarks about her sexuality and race. I believe she was Asian or something. They were all crying forced diversity.
That's not it at all. The movies suck, point blank. Charlie's Angels reboot? Ghostbusters reboot? Ocean's 8? Hustlers? They're all trying to produce a quality movie but fall short. The laughs are cheap and forced.
Don't care about who is in the lead. I'm gonna rate the movie on the story, plot, or the way it made me feel. I liked Wonder Woman and the Ocean's 11 movie with all the women. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
Agree. Movies with male leads flop too. If men really didn't want to see female leads, then we wouldn't have as many successful ones as we have. Men love Kill Bill, the Alien movies, The Hunger Games, Terminator. I know I'm talking games, not movies now, but if men felt this way, then Lara Croft wouldn't be one of the most recognizable and well-known video game characters of all time.
It's simple. Suicide Squad shouldn't have sucked.
The problem is that nowadays the only personality that writers and movies give to female lead are most of the time, I am a woman and I have no flaws. I can everything that man can do, for example Ray, that AFWULL Batwoman show, new Terminator movie. That gives them no personality. Kill Bill, Alien movies, Mulan, V for Vendetta, The Hunger Games, Lara Croft movies, Resident Evil movies, the list goes on and on. Those movies made strong female leads, with personality and flaws. That makes them interesting. If a character doesn't have any flaws, that makes them boring.
Female cast is like country music. It isn't automatically bad, it just fails to filter a lot of garbage by catering to a niche.
Kill Bill is the perfect example of how to do it well.
This is why I loved Wonder Woman but hated Ray in Star Wars. Ray is just a super cool female lead with almost zero personality, like almost any dystopian novel female. Wonder Woman is prideful and excitable and curious to a fault that actually causes trouble around her in the movie. But you could ask me about that with any movie. T'Challa kind of irks me in that way too. That movie had an amazing storyline, but T'Challa is also too perfect of a character. I also don't like Superman either because of those reasons too, but OMG, criticize the female lead movie and I'm suddenly feminist hating and sexist.
Original Charlie's Angels vs. New Charles's Angels.
This is not unpopular, it's posted like every 2 days. You missed Captain Marvel and Charlie's Angels in the list of men blamed for bad reviews, not doing well movies.
I fucking love Frozen. The issue is for some reason when there's a female lead people get tunnel vision on it and forget to make a good movie. Look at a movie like Black Panther, it was good because the writing and the plot was good, not because of the color of the cast and staff skin.
To be fair, most women don't care either, and we can also sniff out feminist bullshit that we also don't want to watch.
My main gripe with the movie was that none of the characters looked like they did in the comics, and Harley was made into DC female Deadpool, which pissed me off even further. All the comments about misogynism rubbed me the wrong way as well.
I mean, I'd be inclined to agree with you, if so many of them refused to see the movies in the first place. Take Captain Marvel. I'm not defending it because I personally find Brie Larson's acting to be insufferable, but Rotten Tomatoes had to change its entire voting system because it was shit on before it was even released. I guarantee it's not the majority of men, but there is absolutely a sizable group who feel this way.
These controversies over men not watching a movie with a strong female lead are started by the studios themselves. It's a marketing ploy. It raises the profile of the movie by getting people talking about it on social media and in the news. The fact that we're talking about it here is exactly why they do it. That strategy won't turn a bust into a hit, but it might be good for a few extra sales and it costs basically nothing.
I didn't want to go see Birds of Prey because it looks like a Suicide Squad sequel and I'd rather die than see that shit.
I thought I was the only living man that actually liked Rey in Star Wars.
This is not an unpopular opinion. This is common sense.
Almost all movies are now remakes and reboots, which are useless. I don't think much about female leads either. The movie industry is out of ideas and they sink far too much money into remaking garbage, which of course is losses money for the studios.
Some of the best movies have had badass female leads: Star Wars, Alien, Terminator, Kill Bill, etc. I hope you mean Rogue One. 7, 8, and 9 are an embarrassment to the franchise.
I agree with you, but not for Birds of Prey lol. It was actually a pretty well-made movie and they didn't actually throw the fact that they were all female in your face that much. Movies that apply are like Charlie's Angels and the all-female Ghostbusters edit. Also, Birds of Prey isn't doing well in Tuesday box office because they didn't advertise and market the movie like at all, just YouTube ads a couple weeks before it came out.
Annihilation is probably my favorite movie of the last 5 years and I am a filthy bigot.